Hey, hi, and welcome to another weekly connection. So it's so good to see you, and I want to talk to you about what's going on. There's a lot of really cool things happening, but the main thing we want to talk about is that we are doing really well and we are ready for this transition, even though it doesn't look like it, you don't feel like it, you don't feel like you're ready. All of that doesn't matter because the celestials are in support of us, and our central sun is really beaming a lot of energy at our sun and at us in consequence. So there's a lot going on and a lot happening. So the main thing is that you do not have to be perfect in order for transition to happen for you. You only need to have goodness in your heart, caring for others. You can't have hate or malice or any of that. So you need to work on those things in yourself. Then you have to work on being compassionate to others, no matter what is going on, because you have to understand their plight and their position in their karmic development. And that all of the gross atrocities that have happened on the earth and are happening on the earth are soon to be ended. And God knows we have waited so long for that to occur. You don't have to be perfect. It's not like, oh, if I think bad of somebody, now I'm screwed. That's not how it works. That's like the fire and brimstone God stuff, which is just made up by men. Literally. So when you have karma, because of course it's about karma to a certain degree. When you have karma, it's about the scales. You see me hit my hands? The scales. So you have to have more positive karma than negative karma. So you have to be able to tip those scales so that there's an obvious difference. You will never be without any action, reaction, or consequences of action. You are in earth, in duality, in human form. And that will always exist. But you have to come from this place, most of the time. And then if you have an oops moment, you do the mantra. What's our mantra? Oops, oh well. Let's do it again. Let's try again. Let's go at it in a different way with more understanding and more compassion and kindness. So that's what we're after. So it took a bit to be chosen for this time. You volunteered, but you were also chosen. And we knew how hard it would be to work in this duality, to work in this dense vibration. So let's get her done. Let's get her done. So let me get my stuff here. Remember that you were chosen for this time? And you need to be aware that this is what you're here for, that it wasn't a mistake. You weren't born on the wrong planet. You were born on a rough place. And up until only a few years ago, it was the roughest one in the entire cosmos. Now it's the second roughest one. Aren't we so excited? All right, we're going to spray ourselves with our cosmic cleanse. Get any of that debris out of your aura. And then use my cosmic thrust oil, which I dearly love. Rub your hands together. Brings us through time and space. Connects us, heaven and earth. Keeps your orbit on, as we say, so that you're in that tether of light. And rub it up, bring it up through. I jump the gun. I always want to breathe it. Bring it into your aura. Cup your hands together and take a deep breath in. That's great. Now, how's your third eye doing? You doing good with your third eye? It should be getting better, getting bigger. So you take one drop, put it on your forehead, rotate it clockwise. Then I just like to wear it. And that's your ascension oil. So you're set and ready to go. So let's do this. So everybody's here, by the way. It's Lord Mahay leading today. So, and T and Katumi. It's the main crew. All right. So we're going to bring that golden light in from source, and you're going to feel it come through into your body, and on the yang side of your body, on the front side of you, and you're going to feel it warm and viscous, sticky, 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 thick, and sticking to every cell, every pore, every part of you, so that you feel that energy and that connection to source. And you bring that energy down and out your feet and into the earth, to the mother. And she grabs onto you, because this is your golden lariat. This is your lasso that keeps you from flying off into the air. And you feel that energy, and you run that energy through your toes, and you bring that energy around the grid. And the mother's energy is getting larger and larger every single week. You can feel that. And it comes up your back with an essence of her in it. Right up, 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 up. And back to source. And now around again. And this is our orbit. This is the orbit. That's great. Now, we have our orbit on. We are connected, heaven and earth. Now we need to get protection on all sides. We need a shield to protect us from all the craziness. And you may have felt, and the sun's energy creates some of this, and some of the more denser forces have been trying to get you down. Don't let that happen. When you feel that, when you feel not yourself and you don't know what's wrong, get your orbit on. It's essential. It's so important. So you're going to do that. You're going to bring your orbit on, bring it around and around, round and around, so that you feel strong, so that you're held on to. And now we're going to bring it down, and this time as it comes up out the top of our head, it's going to waterfall. And it's going to waterfall to radiate to your 12 auras. And just fill it with that essence of the Father-Mother energy that holds you firmly to the planet and allows you to understand. Because when we wear that shield on the outside, and we wear it like 18 inches, right? When we wear that, it allows us to have a looking glass, so that we can see why someone is doing something that we would say is really screwed up. And a lot of people are doing stuff that isn't for the greater good. True. So we feel that energy, and now we feel it at the lowest point, the well of the mother, which is below the root chakra, one of your new chakras, right? And we feel that. And we feel that energy connecting us. And we know that we are part of the whole. And in the Luminous Energy Spiritual class, we're going to talk a lot about that connection to the oneness and natural laws and all of these techniques that we use to keep ourselves strong and protected during this time. So you want to feel that energy, feel that connectedness through your feet, through that orbit, and bring it up into your root aura, which is, you can feel the DNA strands changing now. You remember I equate them to hot melt glue. Like they were always 12 strands, but now they're 2 hot melt glued globs. And we have been dissolving them so that they're coming apart. And that each strand is getting liberated more and more. And that's an individual thing to each person in your karma or your wants and your not wants. Is that a word? Anyway, that's what you're doing. So it's different for everyone how that DNA unravels, but it is indeed unraveling. So now you feel that energy moving through, and you're letting go of all the old 3D heinous programming that was in your 2-strand DNA structure. And you're liberating it now. And as you feel that liberation, your sacral chakra also feels liberated. Because now all that dogma, all that crazy, God will strike you dead stuff doesn't really match up to what you feel and what you know. So now you're not acting out of fear. You're acting out of love, out of kindness and compassion. And this is who we are. And this is who we are and who we have become as we've been on this journey. And if you have an oopsie moment, just bring it back, because there was something in that moment that triggered you into the old paradigm. So you just simply work on yourself each time with an oops, oh well. Rethink it, reprogram it, do it again. You're not stuck in that behavior ever. And now you bring it up to your spleen, where your conscious use of power is. And conscious use of power, which is indeed, I say that when Lord Mahay gave me conscious use of power, he saved my life. Because I would have been an angry, bitter person with the childhood that I had and the circumstances that I had. But he taught me how to love regardless of what life was throwing at me. And the more I was able to love and let go of things like my mother or whatever, I was able to free myself. In turn, I freed my mother. I didn't know I was doing that, but I did. So that we can all learn and grow. Because we all have these setups with people in our lives. We have setups with our body. I have worked karma through my body my whole life. I don't recommend it. It's not fun. We all have our program, our way of getting out of the conflict of 3D. So use the conscious use of power and radiate that love into the spleen so that you feel harmony toward all beings and all circumstances. And then you bring that into your solar plexus and you feel that power of love, because the only real power is love, not ego. Ego is false. Ego is fear. Well, at least the way we have it here, because you can have a fear-based ego and a love-based ego. We're going for the love-based ego. And then you bring it to your liver, where your empathic shield is. And that empathic shield drinks up that light because it wants to atomize in your energy field, through your energy field, love. Because it is the atomizer of emotion. So we don't want negative energies in our liver. We want positive ones. So you want to do things, because the liver is a filter in the body, just like it is in the mind. And you want it to filter out all that negativity. And you want to feed it in good ways with good foods that support the liver. Spinach, beets, stuff like that. It's springtime, and now is the time for the purge, for the cleanse every year. Let's go at it. But we're going to go at ours next week. So that's what you do. You clear it out, get rid of all the old debris, and free yourself from all that bondage. And then you bring it right through your heart, so that then what people see coming from you is love. And it's an attractor, because everybody wants love. And we are so happy to give that love, to share that love. And we do that through our shield. So we now bring that energy up into our conscious intention, which is where we're manifesting our new us, our new world, all of that right now through our thoughts. Because remember, our thoughts have to come through our heart. And when your thought is up here, it's, I call it cha-cha. It's just cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I want this, and I want that, and I need this, and I need that. And when you quiet that down, you kind of go, sometimes I need things. Most of the time I don't. And you are more discerning about what you need, what you don't need, as an example. And the throat now is that expression. So the throat will keep you from saying bad words, mean words. You'll be kind. Even if you're triggered, even if you are triggered by what's in front of you, you will be kind. And your third eye knows that not only were you chosen for this job, you're damn good at it. So let's keep going. Let's get it finished, because we are ready. They keep saying that. As much as it doesn't look like it, and the more it doesn't look like it, because as we get closer to the end, oh, the crazies come out to play. It's okay. We understand. And we shine our crown brighter. It's like, come on. We got this. We got this. And we feel that telepathic notch radiate, shimmer, love. And we feel strong in our orbit, in our shield. And we radiate that shield out at least 18 inches. It's been going up to 20 lately because there's a lot of bombardment going on. You can wear as much as you want, as thick as you want. There's no boundary to that. And when I have an oopsie moment, I will reflect on that shield. Why I was triggered, what triggered me, what was in me that wasn't in a place of conscious power. What was in me that was in conflict? How did my ego go? Beep, 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 beep. It does. And we don't get uptight about it. We just correct it. That's all you have to do. And the more you correct it and the more you learn, the more those scales start to move. It was Moira, who had very colorful lives. And he's in charge of the root chakra, sense of purpose. And he said, thank goodness that it's not about getting rid of all your karma, because he was a great producer of it until he learned. So it's not like you're screwed just because you did something wrong or you have a history or any of that. It does not matter. Your history doesn't matter. When I died the third time and I went through several life reviews, the main thing that caught me was that nobody asked me about an incident, particularly those that I was less than conscious about. They asked me, what is in your heart? What is it that you took from that negative moment and made so positive in your life now? And that is what you evaluate. Did I understand it or not so much? So wear that shield so that others can get that light to learn on their journey as well. And wear your shield 24/7, especially now with all the crazy energy popping up all over. So be sure to wear it all the time. Because you are very close at this time. You were chosen for this time. You're ready. And this is your reason why you chose this life. Being here now for the greatest karmic purge in cosmic history. So it's going to push you forward quite a bit. It's a long journey. It's a hard journey. We know that. But know that you are doing great and that we are indeed moving forward at a very, very rapid pace. And it's because of you. So keep your orbit on and keep manifesting love in the world. I love you. And I'll just see you next time.